Hello guys, welcome back with me. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Helping to the tone, Tuesday was a report from Sky News that French industrial group Skyder nearing a deal to take full control of British software maker Aviva. For about £5 billion, Aviva's stock rose as a result while Skyder climbed 1%. Stock also rose after the Swiss banking group announced it plans to increase its dividend and anticipate its shares purchase will exceed 5 billion for 2022. On the flip side, Ocado stock slumped over 12% and Marks and Spencer dropped around 2% after Ocado Retail, a joint venture between the companies, warned that it's expected to report a decrease in full-year sales and sharpers rein in spending in response to surging price. The UK fell to its lowest since at uh, 6% in the 3 months to July, data showed earlier Tuesday as more people left the labor market, but the number of people in employment grew by only 40,000 in the May until July period. German consumer price climbed to 7% annually in August from 7%, which is likely to point to an ugly economic sentiment. Survey later in the sessions, however, that is still likely to be overshadowed by the release of the US data due at CPI numbers will frame the Fed's policy meeting next week and set the tone for weeks to come. Expectations are for a slowdown in thanks to energy and commodity prices banking down from peaks, but for core prices to stay elevated. The markets are currently factoring in roughly a 90% change that the Federal Reserve leaves at benchmark interest rate by 75 basis points of next week's policy meeting. Oil prices rose Tuesday ahead of the release of not only the US data, which will likely impact the dollar, but also the OPEC's monthly outlook report. The Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries and its allies agreed that week to reduce crude production, and traders will look to the report due later in the session for more cues on global demand. Crude hit the lowest level since January last week on concerns over global growth, including in top importer China, where renewed COVID-19 restrictions are impacting activity. By futures traded 7 higher 8 barrel, while the contract rose to 90%. Additionally, gold futures fell 4% while agreed 2% higher at 1,090%. European stock markets are expected to open in mixed efficiently Tuesday, with investors conscious ahead of the rules of U.S. inflation data that will offer a crucial guide to the Federal Reserve interest rate outlook. Economic data are likely to set the tone Tuesday with the UK German consumer price rose the month in August. In corporate news, oil prices again lower Thursday ahead of the release of not only the U.S. inflation data, which will likely impact the dollar, but Asia ex-TP dollar steadies ahead of U.S. CPI inflations. Hot Asian currencies moved little on Tuesday, while the U.S. dollar curbed a recent losing streak as market turned questions ahead of hotly anticipated U.S. inflation data later in the day. Regional units such as the Chinese yuan, Hong Kong dollar, and South Korea won barely budget against the dollar in anticipation of the data. The greenback, on the other hand, appeared to have stabilized after 5 straight days of losses. The dollar index fell 1%, while dollar index futures less a similar amount. But indicators lost about 2% each in the past 5 sessions, as they retreat from a 20-year peak hit last week. Profit taking and cooling inflation expectations were the biggest reasons behind the greenback's rate. US do 8 is expected to show that inflation is further off 40-year hike in August. Maybe that's all from me. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.